Hi everyone, my name is Nick Clark from Jenic Property, and we help you profit from UK property with minimal time effort. In this week's Deals Friday, we're going to be looking at a 2-bedroom mid-terrace property in the northwest of England, so we can help you profit from UK property. Now, our client's goal for this property is long-term cash flow. Let's jump into the numbers so you can see exactly what you get in for your money. So the purchase price for this property is £50,000 for the purchase price and investment for this property. The refurb cost is £15,000. Let's jump into the refurb so you know exactly what you're getting for your capital. So this refurbishment is a full refurbishment. We're going to have to strip out the whole property fully so we can be able to start from new and create a brand new property. Now, what we will have to do is that the electrics does need updating with a new consumer unit. It doesn't need a full rewire, it's just got an old consumer unit that needs to be brought back to life and into today's regulation. What we will have to be doing as well is replacing 3 internal doors because they are damaged. So we're able to actually spruce it back up to life and have a decent quality property at the end. The other thing that we will be having to do is put into a new kitchen and a new bathroom into this property as well. The old kitchen and bathroom is very tired, so we're able to put a new kitchen, new bathroom in there to force appreciate the value of the property, so you'll be able to have equity in the property at a later date. The other thing we'll have to be doing with the electrics is making sure that we put 2 new smoke alarms in there plus a heat detector. This property doesn't have them in it currently at the moment, and it is a requirement by law to be able to have smoke alarms and a heat detector in the kitchen. So 1 smoke alarm on the top and 1 at the bottom, but also heat detector in the kitchen. So we're able to make sure that our client, not our clients, but our tenants be able to get out the properties very quickly. The property is going to need a full plaster throughout the whole property to be able to get the nice finished walls on this property because the walls are damaged and it's going to need doing. Once that's done, then we'll have a full decoration, new flooring, and then also have a gas and electrical certificate at the end because that's a legal requirement to be able to let out the property to know that your property is safe for tenants to live in. So there's actual legal costs and the survey cost is £1,380 in total, and the stamp duty for this property is £1,500. Now, there is still a 3% stamp duty for any properties bought in a company or your second residence. Yes, there is a stamp duty on normal residence purchases where there is up to a large amount that actually purchase price that actually doesn't need to be paid, which is going to save people up to £15,000 in stamp duty. But because this is an investment property and buying generally in a company or your second residence, then yes, there will be a 3% stamp duty cost estimate on this property, and that is £1,500. Now, there is a sourcing fee for this property because we're able to do the whole work for our client, which we'll go into that a little bit later, what that servicing inclines. But effectively, our client is able to have minimal time effort because we take care of the whole process, and that fee is £3,250. There's also a project management fee of £1,500, which is 10% of the refurbishment cost. This allows our client to be able to use our team so they don't have to find their own builders, deal with their own project management, check on the refurbs once a week, coming from, say, from London up and down, or if they lived outside the country, it's really not cost efficient for them to fly over and check over properties once a week. This is not good on their time and also certainly not good on their pocket. So the total cash invested into this deal or required for the deal was £71,130. Now, this is not taken into account of being able to buy it with a mortgage up front, which will go into the figures by the end of this video. Now, the strategy for this property, for this 2-bedroom property in the northwest of England, is a buy-to-let property. Now, what it is doing is specifically is a social housing sector. So like I explained in last week's video on that specific property, is that this property will be rented out from a charity. Now, the massive advantages of that, because what happens is they're able to actually give you a guarantee on the property for the rent coming in, which means you've got lower voids and lower risk because you're going to have your rent coming out every single month getting paid to you directly. The added advantage is they take on all maintenance costs, which means that if any damage happens to the property by the actual tenant, the charity actually forfeits that and be able to make sure that it's actually repaired correctly, so you don't have any maintenance costs. Now there is a slight actual variance on this because they don't cover anything structural like roof repair, if there was any roof damage, or say if the boiler went, for instance. So it's good actual practice to be able to put some money aside just in case that happens, but your general maintenance costs are with actual tenant involved, that's all covered for you, which means you're going to have higher profit margins and also a lot securer investment. Now the AST on this property is a 24-month AST. The rent that you're actually going to get on this property is £475 per calendar month. The mortgage estimate on this property based on the purchase price of £50,000 and a 75% loan to value would be £125 per month based on a 4% interest rate on interest only. Now, if you are investing outside of the UK, so you're based outside the UK, investing in the UK, then what happens is that interest rate may fluctuate slightly, so prepared to pay say up to 6%, yet it's still very, very good considering if you haven't stepped into the UK and been able to get a mortgage over here as a non-domicile, non-resident. Now, the actual maintenance fee for this property, management fee for this property is going to be £47.50. That's 10% of the actual rent. And what happens is for your monthly operating expenses, which we normally generally put aside between 10 and 12% for each property, for any maintenance that may come across the property over the first couple of years. But because you're getting the property rented, fully refurbished, you generally find you won't have any maintenance costs for the first 3 years based on my experience. However, it's good to put that money aside. But because you're actually renting this to a charity, there's no maintenance costs involved. The only thing you would have to take in consideration is if the boiler went, you would potentially have to replace that or repair that. So it's good practice to put aside 10%. But because you don't have any maintenance costs from there, your profit estimate monthly would be around about £302.50 per calendar month. This property would have a yield performance of 7% per annum, which is great news for yourself because that means that you're going to get a much better return for your property than money sitting in the bank. You'll have an annual estimate profit of £3,630 per annum, which means you're going to great return on investment. If you had this money sitting in the bank to get that same sort of return, you'd have to have hundreds of £1,000s to make that sort of return on your capital. Now, our client for this property was based in London, so they're able to get mortgages at a lower rate than, say, an international investor would get. Their occupation, what they're doing currently in the moment, is they are a professional doctor and they've been doing it for many, many years and love what they do. What they want to do is they want to have a long-term investment so they can start redefining their retirement and replacing their income one property over time. And really, they know that getting rich quick in property doesn't actually exist. What they want is they want to get wealthy slowly and build a sustainable portfolio so they can start profiting from UK property with minimal time effort. What we're able to do is that for our client, for this one, took actual full service, so we're able to take care of the whole process for them, so they didn't actually have any time involvement throughout the whole project management and also finding the property as well. We take care of that whole process so they have minimal time effort and it's really just a paperwork exercise. Now, the total cash invested for this property, if bought cash, would be £71,130. But because this property was at a £50,000 purchase price, our client was able to actually get a mortgage on this property of £31,130 in total, which means that you've got actually a low capital investment to get into this property. However, what it does mean is that you're able to actually start leveraging your capital a lot more and buy more properties than, say, just buy one individually, say, for cash. Now, they actually did take our full service, which is great news for them because it means they can have total minimal time effort, as explained just before. Now, because they took our done-for-you property service, it means that we actually, to find the property, our clients don't have to worry about finding properties, viewing properties, finding out the marketing strategies that are actually going to work, putting out direct mail out there, dealing with agents, dealing with vendors. So we take care of that whole process for them. Also, from the project management service, once we've actually sourced the property, handheld them through the whole process, our clients has been able to actually go through this refurb process that we're currently managing for them now, and we actually handle the whole process for them. They get weekly updates, so they're able to actually know exactly what's been happening and also have evidence there so they can provide to a mortgage broker at a later date to be able to show that they've added value to the property, which increases their wealth long term as well. Now, if you want to profit from UK property and you certainly want to start redefining your retirement by replacing your income one property at a time with minimal time effort, then simply head to jenicproperty.com, where you can actually book in a free call with one of our team, and we can look at your long-term and short-term goals to get you started and investing in UK property with minimal time effort. Otherwise, you can send us an email at info@jenicproperty.com, and you can ask one of our team to book in a call at a time that suits you best. And we'll be able to help you start profiting from UK property as soon as we can find you the right property for your strategy and your long-term and short-term goals. Otherwise, head to Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn at Property with Nick Clark, and we'll be able to answer any questions. You can reach out to myself and we can get you booked into a call as soon as possible. Thanks very much for watching. My name's Nick Clark from Jenic Property. Remember to like this video and also subscribe to our channel, and remember to hit that notification bell so you can actually get notified for any videos that come up every Friday at 12 p.m. for Deals Friday, and Refurb Wednesdays so you can actually see the progress of our refurbs that we're doing currently at the moment at 6 p.m. every single Wednesday. Thanks very much for watching. My name's Nick Clark. Remember, head over to jenicproperty.com so you can book in a free call with one of our team to help you start replacing your income one property at a time.